Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday, week 2, round 1. We got a big show tonight. We have Nora from Lost Lantern Whiskey. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of Lost Lantern. I never talk about them.
Yeah.
But they are an exceptional independent bottler from the States, which is few and far between. And I think it's getting a little bit more and more lately. So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the Whiskey Shaman, Randall.
What's
He's
up?
back for another go at this. He was in last season. He did go out in the first round.
Wah.
Yeah, that was sad. But he's back. He's better. He's ready to rock. So I think we're going to have an epic show.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, let's see here. So Nora, tell us a little bit about you. Not necessarily Lost Lantern, but you in general.
So I am a Vermonter, born and bred. That's where Lost Lantern is based. There is a little bit of snow in the mountains for those that are wondering what it's like. But yeah, I mean, Lost Lantern running a company that's small, that's most of my life. Whiskey. I'm looking forward to this, though. I was saying it to both of you before that I think that blind tasting is awful and everyone should do it. So I'm psyched to give this a try, and probably embarrass myself, but that's part of the game.
Well, there's no embarrassment on this end. This is extremely difficult, and if you haven't done it and you think it's not that hard, join up next season. And yes, it is extremely difficult. Everybody will tell you.
Yeah.
So, Randall, yourself.
Yes. Myself. I'm me. No. If you guys don't know, I have a little podcast. It's whatever. Do some YouTube-y stuff. It's whatever. I love whiskey. Level 3 whiskey sommelier. It's whatever. Doesn't matter. I am drinking an entire quart of moonshine in front of y'all. No, it's water. I promise. Maybe. And I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's do this. I'm trying to redeem myself from last year, and I've been working a little bit on it. So we'll see what happens. So
Excellent. All right, guys, go ahead. Pour sample number 1. Or actually, I mean, if you want, you can pour all 3.
Okay.
And just try not to confuse which one's which. And you guys can go ahead and start tasting on it. If you want, let us know some tasting notes. If you want to mess with the other person, you go right on ahead. It is encouraged. And it's fun for the chat. So
it is fun for the chat.
I'm going to run through a little bit of roll call here while you're kind of smelling and tasting that one. As always, we got Smoked by Ash Joe, the first one here at 6:33, patiently waiting. We have the Bourbon with Friends podcast on, and I believe that's going to be Brian. We have Whiskey Addict Mike. How you doing, bud? The Whiskey Shaman, well, he's here, of course. We have a Spicy Strawberry. Oh, no. We have an Adam Polanski here, and if you don't know, that is Adam from Lost Lantern. He is here to, I think he's here to cheer on Nora,
Heckle.
but he might be here to heckle.
Yeah.
Brian F., thanks for joining, buddy. Caesar, he's here.
I'm going in.
We got Joe's Whiskey Den going to be on the show later on this season, and we have Patty here as well. Corey is back again. Oh, see, Adam's cheering you on here, Nora.
Unless I
we got Rough Spirits here. Thank you, Marshall. Man, you guys type a lot.
Yeah.
Sugar Kitty, as always, is here. And she is the first moderator I've seen. So yes, moderators, drop links, please, in the chat. I will try to highlight them as I can. But links for Randall's podcast, Randall's YouTube, Randall's Instagram. The same thing for Lost Lantern stuff. Whiskey Deek is here as well. Hey, Ryan. Donald Rance. Wow. How you doing, Donald?
Yeah.
Haven't seen you in a minute. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for joining. Single Malt Frontiers here. I believe this is going to be Doug. thank you for bringing this to my attention. The shirts are oddly similar.
They are.
We coordinated. Don't worry about
We
it.
did. So just to let y'all know, I'm still not at my house yet. We had a mold issue. We had to move out. Anyways, no big deal. But I have 2 shirts at the other house that have been cleaned, remediated, and this was one of them. And I've been wearing the other one, so you get what you get. So
That's all right. I hope that's all working out, going okay for you.
oh yeah, we should be back in the house by Sunday. I hope they're
Good to
putting
hear.
the AC back in not as we speak, but right now. So that's a good sign.
All right.
This smells so much like Blanton's. It's not even funny. I'm joking. It doesn't.
I mean,
Sucks.
look at that color, yo.
Yeah, it's so dark, so dark.
TX Whiskey Geek in the house. How you doing, Caleb?
At first, I thought it was a little smoky, but then it's not.
Local
But then
rag
it
guy.
is.
Buffalo Bourbon Enthusiast. That's a new name. How you doing? Thank you for joining.
Hmm,
Oh, is that coming from your side,
Yeah,
Randall?
I think so.
okay. All right. Whiskey House Pub House.
That too.
Thank you for joining. We got some cheers for Nora. We got some cheers for Randall. Good.
Appreciate it. We need all the help we can get.
We got Jason Coates is tuning in.
Am I, just to clarify, I'm going to write these down ahead of saying it right so that I can't change my my answer last minute.
That's what I'm
That's right.
doing. But
That's
if
right.
you change, Germ's gonna write them down too. So once you say it, he's gonna write it down, and you can't change it. So
No, of course.
I had to coordinate too. I mean, these guys got a hold of each other ahead of time and coordinated, so I had to do some kind of coordination.
mhm.
Ooh.
And I hope I did not miss anybody, but thank you all for joining and tuning in. This is going to be super fun. And
Oh man.
before anybody asks, I'm sure this is going to come as a great surprise to everybody, but I am drinking Lost Lantern tonight. In the
Really?
glass is my absolute favorite bottle of Lost Lantern that has ever been released. It is the Brickellen Malted Wheat.
Yeah.
I dread the day that bottle goes empty, and I don't touch it very much anymore, but I figured this was a good time to do it.
Yeah. Well, we have a few bottles left in the tasting room. Very few, but they still exist if people make pilgrimages to Vermont.
Like for sale or for tasting?
For sale. Yeah.
Ooh, well, that was actually I was
I know. That was supposed to happen
supposed
this
to-
last weekend. Yeah.
yeah we had some things happen here, so we had to cancel that trip, but we're gonna put it in the books. We're gonna do it one of these days. And Spicy is drinking something in both of your honors. It is the Lost Lantern Andalusia.
There you go.
So
Perfect.
she covered both you guys in one
love it.
glass. That's awesome.
That's
Now
awesome.
we're talking.
I mean, I have no affiliation with Andalusia other than I love them. So
I don't
And
know
have-
who doesn't love Andalusia.
I mean, but I have had work days there, so I mean, I'm basically an employee, yes, at this point. But
there you go.
it's one of those things. Okay, so this one's throwing me off a lot. I don't. It's hitting weird,
Okay.
in a good way.
So one thing I didn't say, usually run through the little spiel at the beginning here, but your goal for the show is to try to get as many points as you can by guessing the categories and so on and so forth correctly. My goal for the show is to stump you. So
You've done that in the glass so far, so I appreciate that.
look at this. We got people that are going to Vermont shortly, and they're all coming to visit you.
Perfect. Please do. I love that. Maybe I'll have to hide if I embarrass myself enough. I'll make Adam work the tasting room.
There you go. I feel that we could get Adam to drink a couple more, and he might let this secret out.
It's Blanton's. I told you it was Blanton's. So that's the secret future release.
A Lost Lantern Blanton's.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a clarifying question. So for Exact Distillery, for places where it may have, like, are we talking about Exact brand or Exact Distillery?
Distillery.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're referring to sourced.
Yeah.
Yes. So the exact bottle then would be the brand.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But some of them, I think they're multiple ages. So, okay. That's helpful.
And yes, Patty, I am slightly ignoring the shirt comments. It is October. I do like to wear pink as much as I can in October. It is important to support breast cancer awareness research, so on
Amen.
and so forth. So I donned a brand new pink shirt for today.
I'm ready when you are.
I'm almost ready.
No, it's fine. Take your time. I'm still trying to change my answer last minute.
It's the ABV that's getting to me because I'm so used to drinking such strong whiskey that it's hot. Like my palate, I'm having to reset my palate.
Yes, I run into the same issue. I always screw up the proof. Well, he spilled the beans. It's going to be a Malort, Lost Lantern Malort.
Man, that would be amazing. Let's do it.
I hate Malort. It's horrible. For some reason, a Lost Lantern Malort would probably somehow be good.
Yeah, we'd make it good.
I don't even think we could do it unless it was
Come
so
on.
heavily finished. Okay, I am ready.
Okay. So Nora, you're ready. Randall, you're ready.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, ladies first. Nora,
Sure.
we're gonna take your guesses first.
Okay, generic category. I said pot still whiskey. Generic ABV I said 95. Generic casking is used. Specific category Irish pot still whiskey. I also said 95 for specific ABV because who the hell knows? Specific casking, I said bourbon. And I'm not telling you the age. And then my guess is the Napo Castle 12 year.
Excellent.
It sucks when somebody else goes first.
Well, I switch back and forth, so you get the benefit next time.
I know, but it makes me second guess everything I did.
Go with your gut, Randall.
I mean, I'm probably wrong. You're probably going to be also
I'm
wrong.
not. Yeah, I mean, we're both wrong. Either way, we're both wrong. So it's fine.
All right, Randall, give them to me.
Okay. For type, I put single malt. For proof, I put 50%. For casking, I put used. That's about as generic as you can get. You know what I mean? For type, I put American single malt. For actual proof, I put 46%. And I put used bourbon barrels. And for distillery, I threw this one out there. I put Stranahan's. And then I did the Blue Angel or whatever it was for the bottle. I don't think it's that.
Blue Peak.
Blue Peak, yes. Blue Peak, Blue Angel, whatever. It's fine. It's not that. I know that. So
okay.
I have to do something.
All right. I'm going to tally these up. You guys go ahead. Start on number 2.
For what it's worth, that wasn't that different.
No, but I totally got where you were saying pot still.
There was a little oat to me in that. I could be so wrong, but also you could get that from an American single malt. But there was like a grain forward thing.
Grain forward.
I didn't get as much oak as I would have expected for American single malt, but I feel like we're on the same wavelength. Like those are like inches apart from each other.
Inches apart. So. Only thousands of miles away, but inches apart.
Flavor wise, I feel like they're similar enough. Yeah.
Ooh, that got some funk. We got the funk.
Yeah.
There you go. Randall is breaking out into song. I like it.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to, you need to have some background music or something because my sniffing doesn't do anything.
I can't. Oh, my glass. It smelled like it was my glass.
It's not your glass.
Oh, this is a curveball.
It's like fiery bubble gum or something. It's Jim Sock and it's Ardbeg. No.
This comment is in response to heavily finished Malort to make it good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is wonderful news, Adam. I know usually at the end of any time you join somebody's podcast or show or anything like that, you always kind of ask what distilleries everybody else would like you to visit. And I have a feeling if we ask that question today, Dent Lane will be the number one answer.
Wow.
Brian says you guys are doing great.
I appreciate it. I mean, we're drinking whiskey in front of y'all. That's got to be,
watching the wheels turn,
the smoke coming up. It's it's not as funky once you take a sip of it. Okay, that is. Okay.
Someday there will be a Lost Lantern rum. I feel it. I feel it.
No comment.
I know you get asked all the time if you're going to expand into different types of spirits, and I know the answer is usually the same. It's like we would love to, but we're focusing on the whiskey right now. So I just feel that because you say that you would love to, at some point in time, we're going to see some kind of rum, probably a brandy, at some point in time from you. I don't know if you're going to do any unaged stuff, if you have that thought or not, but I feel like America makes decent rum and they do make decent brandy in random places. So I feel like
if Adam had his druthers, we would already have released apple brandy.
Okay.
But we need the demand for apple brandy to exist.
We got the comments asking for some notes on your samples.
Here we go.
This one's funky.
It is funky.
There's a reason why we were both like, well, at least I was like, is this my glass?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, do I dump it out and start over? No.
There's like a very light smoke note to it that is actually, it feels like what that funk is, which is very much throwing me because it doesn't smell like peat.
It doesn't smell like peat, but it also does not smell like mesquite, like from Del Bach or Kilkeegan, because that's a little bit ashy. This is very, I don't know. Maybe it's sheep dung. You never know. It's floky. If it really is floky, I'm going to be like, crap, I said it.
While you guys are tasting, I am going to overlay real quick. We can still talk, but the sponsor for this show that has graciously sponsored the show, Richard's Liquors. Yes, that is in Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. I know that is a drive for most of you or a trip for most of you, but they are a fantastic liquor store. In my opinion, it is the best liquor store in the state, and I have been to quite a few across this state, not only for selection, but the people that work there are fantastic. What he does with the community, local community, is top notch. His store picks are some of the best versions of those that I have ever had. He's got a great palate, and he's just genuinely a really fun dude. So if you make travel plans to Wisconsin, please do not hesitate to put Richard's Liquors in those travel plans. You will not be disappointed. And if I come out with any store picks of anything, that is where they will be sold. So Richard's Liquors.
I need to save the rest of that before I drink it all. It's very good. It tastes very good. It's just you're sitting there trying to critique it and you keep sipping on it. And I'm like, I'm going to run out before I get done writing stuff down. It's like, that's the lush of me, I guess.
See, and then the comments start to guess what you're drinking. I like that. That's fun when that
Applewood
happens.
smoked Tattersall. Yep. I mean, Tattersall's a little grassier than this one. So grassy in a good way. I'm gonna leave it where it's at.
We have one in the comments that has been to the store, and I like it. I know we have another one in the comments too. Whiskey Deke has been there several times. Yes, and now the dick pic comments come in. The store picks for Richard's Liquors are donned dick pics. So just
That's
so
fine.
everybody knows, when I say I'm going to send you a dick pic, that is what I mean.
This one's really hard because it isn't like, oh, that's Isla peat necessarily, or like even this is Highland peat. It's really messing with me. There's like a mushroomy note to it that like also is like throws me. It's fruity. It's wild. It is wild.
And it's probably some obscure thing that we're never going to be able to get, so I can actually sit down and enjoy it. You know, you got to do it live on camera.
It's going to end up being like freaking Bunnahabhain or something like that.
Absolutely.
And we're just like idiots.
Yeah.
Where
it's think it's some obscure American single malt from the middle of Hawaii or something. And no, it's freaking this mass produced product. It's, that's normally how it goes.
Yeah,
color is a
Ryan,
little bit darker, but
you got to get there
Go ahead.
during the week. He does not work on the weekends. His employees actually want the hours, so he lets them work on the weekends.
I don't know why I keep saying my mic isn't connected. That's weird.
Do you have a cable issue cable's crapping out on you?
Maybe. I mean, I have lots of cords. Just saying, lots of cords. And I buy the cheapest of everything because I'm broke like a joke. So, Amazon's my friend. So.
This is an interesting tidbit. Hawaii does not have any American single malt whiskey.
No, they have like a bourbon, I think, that they're making, and a lot of rum.
Okay, so the stuff that Andalusia did with, what was it, Maui Brewing?
Mm-hmm.
That was all of that single malt whiskey was made at Andalusia, and then some was
Correct.
sent over there, aged there, blah blah blah. Okay,
Right.
so nothing that they made there and brought back to Andalusia.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it was a brewery. They aged it, and then they put beer in a barrel and aged the whiskey again in that. So
Stacy,
Pretty
thank you
cool.
for joining. Nice to see you. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the comments here.
that's awesome.
Flying in super fast.
I wrote out my whole thing and then I went back to it and now I'm double.
Oh gosh. Now you got me concerned. It doesn't have any smoke on it. No. It does.
Corey, that's clever.
But I don't know if it's what I put.
I hope. How amazing would it be if we both guessed the same thing and it was dead wrong? That would be. I feel like
I mean-
that's peak blind tasting.
Yes. Yes. we have
I'm
no
not going
idea.
to say that hasn't happened before. I believe that it actually has happened before.
I'm gonna be so annoyed if the thing that I crossed out really aggressively is what it ends up being. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I guess. Let's go.
I'm done. I'm ready. I'm not. I'm second guessing it, but I'm.
So am I. So am I. And I'm
keeping it
almost out
where
of the
it is.
sample because I just keep going back to it like, oh, maybe it's this. Maybe no, just stop.
Okay.
Just stop.
So you're both ready?
Yep.
All right, Randall, shoot first.
I mean, it's pretty much the same as the last one. Type single malt, proof 46, cask used. And on actual type, it is Scottish single malt or Scotch. Actual proof 50%. I don't know. I changed it up a little bit. And the casking, used and sherry. So used bourbon and then sherry barrels. Very lightly sherried, but sherried. And for distillery, I know this is wrong, but I put it Bamor. And the bottle 12, the 12 year.
I feel like
It
that
was
is
either-
closer to right than what I put down
I
as
was
I go
either
back.
going I was either going Bamor or Kulila, but I know Germ has bottles that are like very basic on his shelf, but I also notice he has like the crazy weird ones too. So, we're just hoping for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nora.
cool.
round
So
up.
generic category, I also think it's single malt. So we're both right or wrong on that. I wrote 100 proof, 50 ABV. I think it's used and new oak. I think it's an American single malt. So we're flip-flopping here. I also
Okay.
put 100 proof. For specific casking, do I need to say anything for new? Because it's just new.
Just that, yeah, just new.
I think that it has new and ex-bourbon casks. I think it's the Westland Solum release
Wow. Okay.
because of that
Okay.
mushroom.
That mushroom. Yep.
So in the comments, Spicy Strawberry was saying that mushroom note she associates with West Coast Pete.
Well, maybe we're on the same page. We'll see. We'll see. or I will be dead wrong, but it was still a compelling story that I
Yep.
told.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you made it work. That's all that matters. Wow.
All
Yeah,
right,
I
you
mean-
guys.
That one will be interesting to me because it
Absolutely.
does not feel like a clean standard profile, which I know is part of what you're throwing at us to see how
Yeah.
we read that, but that was hard. That one was hard. Especially hard.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
number
Yeah, move on to 3.
that color.
Whew. Sharpie marker. higher proof. I think. I don't know.
What the? I thought the last one was hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. What are we doing?
Oh, it took a minute. It took a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie.
All right, let's catch up on these.
Man.
For what it's worth, at Lost Lantern HQ, we taste in absolute silence. So it's really hard for me to remember to talk because for me, there can't be music. The AC is off. All like anything that distracts from the sensory experience needs to be eliminated. So this is a very interesting process.
So you're saying if I blabber on while you're trying to do it, you're going to fail. Okay, got it.
And Nora, I'm actually fairly opposite. I like having some kind of distractions. It takes my focus off trying to find it, trying to focus too hard and just letting things pop in.
That's fair. I mean, we don't taste this blind, but we taste everything as blind as possible because of this experience where you want the unvarnished. And for us, when we're tasting, we taste as blind as possible. Even if we know the distillery, we change the order because we're looking for consistency in our analysis for what we do. But it's not helping me here.
Whoa. That's hot.
Don't let out all my secrets, Doug. That's not fair.
Oh, they're all the same whiskey. That would be so funny. I mean, that's gotta be. Well, doesn't have to be.
There's also for people in it. There's smoke on this, but more classic smoke
Yeah,
to me.
It is. It is.
Okay.
The question is like, what type of smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about the mushroom note still.
The thing that's also really interesting is that color for everyone that
Yes.
can see. Like that
Or
is crazy. Like, I mean,
or
this
the
is the
lack
color.
thereof.
This is the color I look for when I buy scotch because I do not love sherry bombs. Even though we have released sherry bombs for Lost Lantern, it's not to my scotch palate. If they're sherry, Adam and I generally look for like third or fourth fill or lead or more.
Oh, wow.
Like first fill sherry, not for me.
And I'm the exact opposite. I want you to dump a gallon of sherry in the barrel.
So as you say that, the Cedar Ridge first fill sherry that you got, did you like that one?
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I objectively think it's really cool and I want people to have it. It's not the thing that I pull off our shelf to drink personally. Like when you start buying cask, or even like when I worked at Astor selling wine and spirits, you have to understand objectively if it's good, and then you have to understand if you like it or who will like it, depending on what else they like. And so for Lost Lantern, it's more of our perspective, but there are still things where I'm like, this is not necessarily for me, but I'm going to say yes to this because I think that everyone else should have it and love it.
Okay. And the chat has switched to rum now for some reason.
Well, because Marshall
here.
said he's
never mind.
Marshall said he's
that question.
dying on that hill. He's dying on the rum hill that rum is better than whiskey, which, hey, whatever floats your boat. or your pirate ship, whatever.
Yeah. Seaway Whiskey Wire. Thanks for joining, buddy. Cheers.
Isn't it your bedtime in Canada over there?
I'm working on
Hey.
it, Joe.
All right, let's move on.
This statement, Doug, is yes, spot on. I love rum. Rum is fantastic. I could not stay with rum only. And whiskey is home. Rum is a vacation.
Absolutely. I agree with that statement.
I'll vacation every week, but you know.
Man, that is classic.
It's hard to figure out who it is.
Yes.
Because in some ways, something being slightly classic makes it so much harder. I mean, everything, granted, the last one, I was like, because it's not classic, it's so much harder. So I'll
Yes.
probably say that about literally everything.
Yes.
Oops.
Man. You got us, bro. You got us.
All right.
I
This
love
one
it.
doesn't-
It's great.
This one doesn't overlay as nicely as the Richards one, but the second sponsor is 10th Mountain Whiskey Company, Vail, Colorado, making bourbon, making rye, making single malt, and a fantastic company. Brian, their director, fantastic dude. Randall, you had 10th Mountain on your podcast not too long ago.
I did. Yeah.
Is that episode out yet?
Yeah, it's out. It's out.
Okay.
It's been out for a couple weeks, 2 weeks.
Excellent.
Good,
Excellent.
good people, good whiskey. Go get you some.
Yeah.
Good distribution now. So
Yeah. Brian works pretty hard on getting that to as many states as possible, I think. And I just called myself out on your podcast that I haven't listened for at least 2 weeks.
obviously, but it's fine. No, I mean, here's the deal. Like I put out every week, so like I understand people can't catch up. Hell, I haven't even listened to it after I put it out. You know, I listen to it to edit it a little bit, but you know, then I throw it out there, and then I'm like, oh, I haven't listened to that yet. I probably need to go back and listen to it and make sure it's not crap.
Yeah.
But, you know.
No,
The guest
usually
is
when I
always
listen to
great.
you, your podcast, I binge like 3-4 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
And that usually catches me up.
Yeah. Okay, this definitely has finished in Tabasco vibes, but I'm just saying it's probably Dickel. I'm sure it is.
Definitely, yeah.
That's an interesting tidbit, Corey. A 10th Mountain statue in Stowe, Vermont. And probably not 10th Mountain as the whiskey company, but 10th Mountain as the regiment for the military.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the other cool thing about 10th Mountain, shameless plug. They are doing so much to support the veterans and the people that are you know, doing what they do to help other people around in this country. So it's really cool. They give back a lot of their earnings back to the 10th Mountain people. So it's really cool.
That is, yeah, that's an amazing thing that they do. And yeah, those are the people that need more recognition than some of the people that get the recognition, unfortunately. But that's a whole different topic
whole
for a
nother show.
whole different show.
Absolutely. Whole different show. Okay. Shit.
And I have moved on to the Far Flung Rye.
Ooh.
Far Flung Rye. That one? Yes, please.
Yes.
I'm struggling on the bottle guess, which I know is like extra points, but still.
You guys are very, very
We're
interested
not
into
fun
this
for
one.
people to watch.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, it's extremely fun to watch.
Just like me staring at the sheet trying to figure
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
Well, that sounds really good, Adam. I don't know if I've ever had that distillery.
Well, now we know it's not that.
Well, I gave it away. I'm sorry.
Check that one off.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
it's
hard.
killing me too, Spicy.
Hmm.
I mean, we're only 41 minutes in. I mean, what are we going to do for the last 15 minutes? Good Lord, we could just
Well, we
BS
got the
whole
reveal.
thing?
We got to do the reveal.
Oh,
yet.
that's true. That's true.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
true.
Oh,
I
Patty.
mean, I think I can be ready if I have to be.
There's a guess, Patty.
All three of these were so good, but so different.
Yep.
So good, but so different. And so some of them weird, other ones, that number 2 just threw me off and it screwed me up for 3, I think.
That's the interesting thing is the order that we taste them in
Mm-hmm.
really does impact.
And the cool thing is with Germ, not that anybody in the chat doesn't already know this, but he's putting all this through a randomizer. So it's not like he's handpicking these just for us, you know. He's like, oh, there you go. You get these 3. I don't know. He knows what they are, but obviously, but
Yeah.
he's like, he didn't pick them out specifically to screw us up.
Where
Which-
it lands is
My
where it
whiskey.
lands, and
Right?
Yeah.
sometimes I'm picking I'm doing this randomizer for the the thing, and it lands on one. I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, that's how it is.
I'm so sorry, but oh,
So,
Wow.
that's a great question, Doug. Yes, sometimes I am, but it also goes the other way. Sometimes my evil master plan is just in high gear, and I'm happy as I'll get out about some of the sniffles that people get. So, but yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, but it's the way the randomizer works, and it is what it is. The only samples I will handpick are the very final show. I will handpick all 3, depending on who's in there and how they've done what they've done throughout the show.
All right, I am locked.
I'm locked too. I mean, I want to change everything, but I'm locked.
Corey you're locked in. You're locked in.
Mhm.
All right, we have Corey. Corey in the chat. He does. He hates Texas whiskey. He hasn't had all Texas whiskey, and he's open to try. But he always talks about how much he dislikes Texas whiskey, and Still Austin specifically. So Adam is
Really?
offering to pour him a Texas whiskey flight. I am going to send Corey some Andalusia as well, so he can
Amen.
some of the best Texas whiskey out there.
For what it's worth,
Absolutely.
our Andalusia single cask is our best-selling whiskey in our tasting room.
That is
See?
amazing. I love
Yeah.
that. I
You
love
hear
that.
that, Corey?
And we've told Ty that, and he also loves it because you would never it's their triple distilled
Mhm.
Irish bourbon baby.
Yeah.
And it's so much more approachable than a lot of our whiskey that people fall for it. And I love it because if we had to predict what whiskey would be the top seller, it would never have been that one because
Really?
it's innovative enough in the style, like the triple distill. I mean, now that I know, it makes sense because with triple distillation, it's a little bit lighter, but it still surprises me.
All right.
And also, Corey, me and a couple of other guys on YouTube are doing the Best of Texas Whiskey Blind. And so if you want to know which Texas whiskey I picked, round 4 is coming out this weekend. But so, yeah, that'll tell you. And I will tell you there was Andalusia in the lineup, obviously, because it was my pick. But anyway. So
Perfect. All right. Nora, we're going to go back to you to start this one off.
All right. I think this is single malt. I think this is 90 proof. Used cooperage. I don't know. I think this is Scottish single malt. I said 90 proof again. Ex bourbon. I think it's the Benriach Curiositas.
Wow. Curiositas.
That's a wonderful. Did you read through my list?
I
that
did.
sent you? You did.
I did.
Okay.
I have it with me so that I can.
I should have done that. That was stupid.
Well,
of me
so
not to do.
there's some divisiveness here. Some people say that looking through the list will only confuse you and overwhelm you. And Nora wants to look through it and have it with her. So I mean, there's definitely two distinct sides to that, I think. But
Yes.
everybody has the availability to that advantage. So
once I had this structure in mind, then it was like, what does Germ actually have that might fit the profile that I'm thinking it is, which is probably wrong anyway. So yeah,
That's smart thinking. I mean, All right,
Randall,
let's go. Type single malt. I went higher on proof. I put 57 for proof, 57%. Used cask. I did put Scottish single malt. The actual proof, I put 50.
I lost your mic.
Yeah, you did. You lost it. What the heck? What's going on? Anyway, sorry.
Proof.
Actual.
Yeah.
56.8. And then used cask again. And
Kind
I
of used
put
cast.
bourbon, just bourbon. And then I put as distillery, which bottler, Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, and then the Kulila one. I don't know what the number is on it.
Okay, so you're going with distillery is Koila,
Yes.
and the bottling is an SMWS.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I flipped that around.
it's a good guess.
It is a
I
good
hope so.
guess.
It tastes like it, so I could be wrong. I am wrong.
I mean, I feel like we were in the same ballpark, which actually makes it worse because I feel like one of us is gonna eke it out. It's gonna be very, very close.
Yes.
Because so much was the same.
Yes.
I feel like it's gonna come down to the first one, maybe.
Maybe. I'm scared. You need Germ. You need to send 4 samples because we need a support sample after we get through with the blind. One that we can go to and be like, oh,
like a comfort sample.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like ask you what your absolute favorite is and send you that.
Right. I mean, and I don't even care about that. It can be some old tub or some metal corn or something like that. Just something I can go to and be like, hold me. I don't
Send you a bowl of mac and cheese or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
As far as the reveal, I always ask this: Do you guys share a sample that was both your favorites? So, Randall, your favorite sample was?
I'm gonna say number 2.
Number 2 was your favorite. Nora?
3.
Number 3 was your favorite. Okay, so that means we're going to start with sample number 1.
Oh, well, that.
If you guys share the same sample as your favorite, I'll start with that.
I see.
Okay.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Okay, so the good news is we do not have a tie. It was very close. Very close.
0-1. So that was great.
All right. So sample number 1. Nora, you said single pot still. Randall, you said single malt. Randall, you took the point on that. It is a single malt. ABV. Randall, you said 50%. Nora, you said 95 proof. It is actually right on the money at 50%. So you took a point for the generic on that one, Randall.
Mm-hmm.
And Nora, you were about 5 points low. So didn't get the point on that, but very close.
Sensing a
still.
trend here.
Generic casting. You both said used. You both are correct. It is used casting.
Cha-ching.
Specific category. Nora, you said Irish single pot still. Randall, you said American single malt. Randall, you are correct. It is an American single malt. Specific ABV or proof. It is 100%, or it's 100 proof, 50%. Randall, you said 46. Nora, you stayed with your 95, so no points on that one. Specific casking, you both get a point. You both said ex-bourbon, and it is ex-bourbon. Distillery guess. Randall, you said Stranahan's and Blue Peak. Nora, you said Napogue Castle 12-year. Great guesses, both of you. Just a tidbit, Nora. Napogue Castle is a single malt Irish.
Is it? I thought that. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Either way, it is neither of those. The actual bottle is the Westland
Caleric. Oh my God.
And this is the second edition. So this is Talisman barley. And it is, the casking is 58% of it was first fill ex-bourbon and 42% of it was second fill ex-bourbon.
Maybe I was smelling too much of that in my second guess.
Blame it on that. Blame it on that.
All right.
Hilarious.
Moving on, sample number 2. Sample number 2 is super fun. This was the curveball. You both automatically were awarded 1 point on this one. And it is this specific casking. The information is just not out there.
Okay.
So we got none of the rest of it right.
Well, yeah, actually. Randall, you said single malt. Nora, you said single malt. It is not a single malt.
Of course
is a blended malt. So from multiple different distilleries blended together, it is all malt whiskey. So, I mean, you're not wrong per se. It's malt whiskey, but it's from multiple distilleries. Generic ABV proof. You both were a little high. Randall, you said 46. Nora, you said 50%, 100 proof. It is at 43%. Generic casking used. Randall, you did get a point for that. It is all used casking.
Okay.
Nora, you said new and used. It is just new casking, or I'm sorry, just used casking. So the new eliminates the point there. Specific category, you both, Randall, you said Scottish single malt. Nora, you said American single malt. Neither. It is blended Scotch malt or blended malt, Scottish blended malt. Let me get this right. Blended Scottish malt. Specific ABV, both said 100 proof. It is 43, 90, or at 80, 86 proof. Specific casking, you both got a point for this. I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's ex-bourbon. I am not sure if there's sherry in it. I'm not sure if there's anything else in it. Exact distillery. Randall, you said Bowmore, and that was a really good guess. And Nora, you said the Westland Solum, and that was also a very good guess. It is actually Johnny Walker Green Label.
All right.
15 years. So the distilleries on this that they say, and I'm sure there's more than what they say here. It's Talisker, Linkwood, Craigenmore, and Coila. So your Coila was there.
Yes.
Yes. But you didn't officially guess it, so we can't go there.
And Talisker is a little smoky as well sometimes.
Right. Yep. So we had a score. I'm sorry, I forgot to say this. On the first sample, we had a score of 5-2. Randall 5, Nora 2.
I'm gonna take this.
On sample number 2, we had a score of 2-1.
So we're 6-3.
And now,
or 7
7-3.
7-3.
I'm crossing my fingers, not flipping you off. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's killing it so far.
And sample number 3. Randall and Nora both said single malt. Yes, you are correct. It is a single malt.
Cha-ching.
Randall, you said 57%. Nora, you said 90 proof. Nora, you did take the point on that. It is actually 46, 92 proof. So you were within the plus and minus 2.
Damn it.
You both said used casking generically. You are correct. It is used casking.
Okay.
Specific category. You both said Scottish single malt. It is Scottish single malt.
Cha-ching.
Randall, your proof was still high at 56.8%. Nora, your proof was a little low at 90. You stayed with the 90. You both said ex-bourbon for specific casking. You did not get a point for that. There is ex-bourbon
What?
and sherry.
Interesting.
Oh, it's both.
And I will explain probably why you did not pick up the sherry in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exact Distillery. Randall, you said Coila. Awesome guess. Nora, you said Benriach, the Curiositas. Awesome guess. It actually is Killoman,
Oh, interesting.
Woman. Okay.
Yeah.
Makir Bay. So Killoman's core line, the Makir Bay, and the I'm gonna kill this pronunciation, but Snag.
Mhm.
The Makir Bay is 90% ex-bourbon casking and 10% Oloroso sherry
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
in the vatting. So there's not much sherry influence in this at all.
So
And
good.
then the Schnag is completely the opposite. It's 80 or 90% sherry, 20 or 10% ex-bourbon. So Randall, you got 2 points on that one. Nora, you took 4, which leaves us at a total of 9-7
Not
in
bad.
favor
Yeah.
of Randall.
No.
Well, that's me.
That is
That's
you.
me.
So
Dude. What?
that was
I'm the winner?
yeah, you are the winner, sir.
Wow.
Well done.
It makes me feel now I
Very
feel
well
bad.
done, both
I
of
don't
you.
want
Those were okay. So the Johnny Walker was a serious curveball. That's
Yeah.
super hard.
Mhm.
That is so Johnny Walker like.
Yes,
My
absolutely.
opinion is it's the best thing they put out. It doesn't matter
Yes.
of what they talk about, but
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because it's the only one that's just single malt.
yes, it's just malt whiskey. It's got some smoke to it, better smoke than Black Label does,
Hmm.
and the age statement is really nice on it too. So that's
I never
Wonderful.
never in a million years would have guessed that. Yeah.
the Killoman for me is one of my absolute favorite Scotch distilleries.
Absolutely.
They took over the Rock Hill Farms, if you have followed Brooklady at all, that's where they used to source a lot of their barley from, is the Rock Hill Farm. So I do get some serious similarities between some older Brookladys that came from that farm and these Killomans, and I absolutely enjoy the crap out of them. So and the first one, Westland Clary, yeah, I just love Westland. Westland's
Yeah,
so good.
absolutely. Westland's amazing. So, wow.
And then when you were sending me messages with the practice that you were doing, Randall, you
Yes.
tried some Caleri in those practice runs.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, oh no.
oh no. Might be right here.
Rockside. I'm sorry, Rockside, not Rock Hill. Thinking something else.
Yeah, it's literally right here. I just brought it
And I
back
think
over
that
here.
even is 2.
That's the second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally just had it this weekend.
It's
Which
interesting
is-
because it doesn't have the standard earmark. Like, to me, Westland normally smells like Cocoa Puffs, and it doesn't have that. Which
Okay.
it's I think because it's that special barley, it doesn't have their normal
The-
things
yeah.
that I look for from them, which is
The-
interesting. It's
The one type of barley with the Caleri series, I think it's almost always ex-bourbon barrels.
Yep.
And they're not doing their 5 malt blend. It's fantastic whiskey. It really
Absolutely.
showcases some serious good distillation. And I love that series, and I won't never buy one. Like, every time they release one, I will get it. The other ones, the Solom, I really like as well.
Yes.
But it's one of those things that's just so good. Yes.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jason.
Nor-
Thanks for correcting me and then calling me out.
Nora, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been a
well,
blast.
great job. Congratulations. I'm honestly kind of relieved because this is late for me to be up.
Yes, this if you don't, yeah, Vermont, you're at 9 o'clock now. So
9
yeah,
o'clock.
wow.
We go to bed at
Wow.
9:30. I'm an old
Go to
lady,
bed.
so
Go
yeah.
to bed. And Nora, I don't and you can tell me no. I want to invite you guys back on the podcast to talk about your next episodes, what you guys are coming out with in the near future, because it was a great show, and I'd love to have you back on whenever you can. I'll send out some
Absolutely.
emails and stuff, and we'll talk. So
Everyone should check their emails next week because there's going to be some Lost Lantern news. So
what breaking news? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
we like it, when the notification goes off email from Lost Lantern, it's I drop what I'm doing and read it. That's just how that works.
Absolutely.
Yes, Patty, I am a closet tater lover. That's what I am. I hide all the tater bottles down below so nobody can see them.
Right.
All right, guys, thank you so much, Nora. Really, I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule because you are busy. You guys are
Amen.
busy people. I thank both of you and Adam for agreeing to do this. I think it's wonderful.
it's fun. It's a good.
Absolutely.
It's actually really fun to taste some scotch because I feel very out of the loop scotch wise. So that was
Yeah.
good to put me through my paces. So.
I was when all of it was single malt that came up, I was like, these two are both gonna like all of these, I think. So
Awesome.
But yeah, that was great. Randall, congratulations.
Yes,
I
sir.
don't know your date yet.
Thank you.
Okay. It will definitely be after December 12th. So
Okay.
we have some time. I'm going to work on the dates
Awesome.
here for everything
Yeah,
else.
just let me know.
And we will get that info to you. And yes, comments are saying leave a like and subscribe. Absolutely, people. If you like the Blind Sample Showdown, please like it, hit that thumb, subscribe, comment, do all that things. Watch the replays. It all helps.
Absolutely.
And yeah, until tomorrow, because we have another show tomorrow. What do we got tomorrow? We have Doug Demi Tace at Single Malt Frontier, who is in the
That's going to be
comments.
a good one.
And Caleb, the TX Whiskey Geek.
Oh,
TX
yeah,
does stand
that's
for
gonna be a good
Texas,
one.
and he is also in the comments, or he was. I don't know if he still is, but that is going to be an awesome show. Geekery all around. And I can't wait. So 7 o'clock tomorrow, same place for Doug and Caleb.
Thanks, Jerm.
Sorry, I gotta highlight one more. I can't even.
That's a good
So
one.
I guess
That's a good
Adam
one.
is not here to heckle me. He's here to heckle Germ. So.
Hey,
Absolutely.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, now we actually have people that have been here, and yeah, these are all prop bottles. I put these up just for the show. Everything always normally is Pappy.
Yeah, just Pappy.
I have know. All right, until tomorrow, everybody. Thank you, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Cheers.
Guys.